Hey there, cinephiles. It is that time of the year. That time of year that it's after the holidays, but before the new year. So it's the perfect time to drop your top 10 list. And even though 2020 hasn't been that great of a year for movie releases and other things, I still wanted to do my list of my top 10 films of 2020. So without further ado, let's get to the list. Number 10. Coming at number 10 is a movie that's kind of hard to see, but in a good way. It's Invisible Man. Yes, this movie actually came out this year, and it's still one of the best ones of the year. It's a very solid movie, written and directed by Leigh Whannell, who also did Upgrade 2 years ago, and it was the better version of Venom. The way this movie deals with domestic abuse and trauma is so well done. Doing it through the monster that is the Invisible Man is just so well crafted and well made. The only reason this film isn't higher on my list is because for some reason with Elizabeth Moss as the lead, I couldn't connect with her. And this is not just in this movie, but it's just her as an actress as a whole. If this is higher up on your list, I completely understand. Number 9. Coming in at number 9 is The Way Back, which actually describes how long ago I saw this movie. This movie I feel like is actually being very slept on, even though it's a great character piece for Ben Affleck's character. Affleck delivers in this movie. Yes, the character development for other characters could have been handled better, but this is a really good dad film with a wonderful performance from Ben Affleck. And for me, that's enough for this movie. Number 8. Emma is so colorful and so bright. That's the way you feel like when you walk out of the theater. With the wonderful tone, set design, colors, and costumes, this comedy just has a wonderful atmosphere, which is something you don't really say about a lot of comedies. And Anya Taylor-Joy in this movie, oh my god, I just love her so much. And I'm not just saying that because she's my film crush. The only reason that this movie isn't higher up is because there are some pacing issues that makes this movie a bit longer than it needs to be. However, the characters surrounding this movie and the story itself is so much fun that it's just a really damn good time. Number 7. This spot belongs to Tenet. Yes, this is a Christopher Nolan film that desperately needs subtitles. However, the action scenes and the visuals are so stunning, which are probably the best of the year live action wise. I also can't fail to mention the wonderful performances from John David Washington and Robert Pattinson in this movie. You also get a fun little villain performance from Kenneth Branagh. And this movie honestly just wants to make you figure out the puzzle that it is. Number 6. Coming up at number 6 is The Five Bloods. Yes, I know if it was at number 5, it would have been perfect, but this is a spot for it. The way Spike Lee directs this film is astonishing. I honestly don't think anyone else could have made this movie. And the performances from Delroy Lindo and Chadwick Boseman, 2 of the best of the year, for sure. Delroy Lindo does have some competition for Best Leading Actor, but if he's not number 1, he's definitely number 2. As for Chadwick Boseman, you can lock in his Best Supporting Oscar for this movie. The few scenes he's in is honestly some of the most impactful of the year. I still think about them to this day. And honestly, I can see this film easily winning Best Picture at the Oscars. It's just personally for me, I think there are 5 better movies this year. Number 5. Coming in at number 5 is a very controversial pick, I think. Some may debate whether it's a film or not. I think it is, especially for this year, as not many films came out. This film also technically was supposed to come out next year in theaters, but it decided to come out on Disney Plus this year. So I think I have a fair case in saying it's a film. That being said, I also am judging it as a film, and that's why it is not any higher than it is. And that film is Hamilton. Yes, I got onto the Hamilton hype train this year, and man, oh man, it really sucks you up. One of the greatest villains in Aaron Burr. Man, oh man, his songs are so great, and his acting, oh my god. Leslie Odom Jr., you stole the show. You really did. This is your show. It should be called Burr, not Hamilton. However, that being said, the cinematography and editing of this has some major issues. And I know that this is a filming of a Broadway show. However, they did do 3 run-throughs of the show for the editing. And even then, it can be kind of sketchy sometimes. But the story and characters are so great, I still had to put it as number 5. Number 4. I'm Thinking of Ending Things. It's a film that I feel like is starting to get forgotten, when I don't think it should. It's a puzzle that should still be worked on. It's a wonderfully written psychological horror film, in my opinion. And you know what? Thank you, Charlie Kaufman, for making me question so many things with this movie. I don't want to get too much into it, but it's on Netflix, so please watch it as soon as possible. Number 3. Coming in at number 3 is Sound of Metal. Riz Ahmed, give him his Oscar. Best Leading Man. If he's not even nominated, it's one of the greatest tragedies of all time. Of course, Oscar-wise. He deserves it. And the sound design in this movie, I don't even want to say why the sound design is so great because I didn't know anything about it going into it. And my goodness, on a technical level, it's a great movie. Is there some problems with it? Yes, but the acting from Riz Ahmed and the sound design, just watch it. It's on Prime. Watch it right now. Go ahead. After this video. Number 2. This movie I did not expect to be this good, and my goodness, does it pack a lot of soul. And yes, that's the movie, Soul. This movie kicked down the door and said, shut up, I am a top tier Pixar movie. I just am. Take it or leave it. And you know what? I'm taking it, because my goodness, the way the themes are delivered in this movie, the way this talks about your spark and your passions and the meaning of life, and it's shown in stunning animation. And that barbershop scene, that's the best scene of the year. This movie definitely will win Best Animated Feature. There's no competition. Oh, Pixar, you did it with this movie. Honestly, there's so few things to dislike about this movie, if anything. Number 1. This movie for the top spot of the year, and this is how you know it is a weird year, because these films, I never love this genre. That genre being rom-com. Palm Springs is the number 1 movie of the year for me. The performances are spectacular. The charm, the charisma, the unique twist on a rom-com. I don't even want to say the other genre that makes this rom-com be better than any rom-com I've ever seen. Because the way the story develops and unfolds, every single hint and step of this movie, it's just truly amazing. This movie is one of the movies that I wish I had made. There's the charm of this movie, it's just so well done, and it's a quick 1 hour, 30 minutes. It's on Hulu, by the way, so watch it if you haven't, because I feel like people are not talking about this movie enough. Especially Kristen Miliotti's performance in this movie. It's just so well done. I love her in this movie. Her charm is fantastic. And Andy Samberg, like, come on, you know. And a surprise J.K. Simmons in this movie. Go watch this movie right now after this video. So these were my personal top 10 films of 2020. Let me know your list down in the comments below. Any favorites, or even let me know your worst. There was a lot of bad ones this year. But here's to a new year and to new films. Hopefully a lot more. Thank you once again for watching this video, and I'll write you later.